Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Bayou Golf in my yard, swinging my club and hitting me some balls. Man, I try to do this every day. Why? Well, for one thing, it's pleasurable when you hit the ball and it goes the direction you want it to every time. It starts on that same direction. Now, depending on the how you got everything lined up, that'll shape your ball, but it's going to start every time the same direction. That's what's so good about channel lock. And once you get out there and you practice your channel lock, you understand your protocols and what they do, you're going to be so much more ahead than probably the guys you play with. I really do mean that. Do those guys that you play with, do they know exactly what they're doing? Maybe. I think they're just getting out there and thinking a lot of mechanical stuff and hitting, but we don't have to do that. Once you learn your protocols, you're set. You're set. Do it the same way every time and you can't go wrong. But you got to find what works for you with the protocols. For instance, for me, let's use some alignment sticks. I got my 12 and 6, all right? You've heard me talk about my 12 and 6, and that's nothing more than my target line, where I want to move my ball from point A to point B. That's where I want it to fall down, down. Now, I've got my swing line, which is my 1 and 7, okay? This is nothing but a clock, folks, on the ground. 12, 6, the hands, the numbers go around, 1, 7, okay? Now, this may not look like a 1 and 7 to you, but it's a 1 and 7 to me. Another thing that you do when you're out there, look, when you're out there practicing, use every minute to help you out. In other words, where is my 1 and 7? Well, if my 1 and 7 is way back here, I may be hitting a big old looping draw, okay? Or I may push it now, which is for a righty is the bad shot for channel lock, is a push. But I tell you what, those pushes aren't far off, if you know what I mean. So my 1 and 7 is right here. Now this is the only time that you really need to think. Once you got your protocols down, once you got your swing built, you do it every time the same way. Why screw it up? The feet are nothing but stability, rods in the ground. The back cock sets the inside out swing. The inside out swing. Can you think of any, and I really do mean this because I can't. Can you think of any system that teaches you how to swing inside out instead of over the top? I mean, how in the world can these beginner golfers or whatever understand to swing inside out when they think they have to swing it around their body? I'm not knocking conventional golf. I know it just doesn't work for me. Channel lock does. But once you get your back cock, you're inside out. You're swinging automatically. You can't help but swing inside out. And that's what channel lock, for you guys that have been playing it, you know that's what's really helped you out with swinging inside out. Face of the club. It's the steering wheel. You want to turn it? Turn it. You want to not turn it? Don't turn it. Open it up. You understand what I'm talking about. That is another great point about channel lock. Once you get your swing, if you want to direct that ball in a certain way, just turn it a little bit. Practice, you'll find out. 5 o'clock, lead shoulder. What's so important about that? Well, anxious golfers like me, we like to see those shots. And what happens sometimes? We'll lose that 5 o'clock nose before we even get to the ball. Now, you pick your head up. Well, can you really pick your head up 1/4 of an inch to top that ball? I mean, what is 1/4 of an inch? Can you even see it? No, what you do is you're messing with your balance. You're messing with your balance. When you can keep that ball, when you keep your swing balanced and don't move. Now you're gonna move a little. You're gonna move a little, I'm not saying to be a concrete man, everything is in concrete. No, 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 no. I'm talking about keeping your balance and swinging it the same way every time. But if you open that shoulder, look what happened here. Now you move that balance. Now you're off balance. Okay? 5 o'clock nose. What does that 5 o'clock nose do? Well, for one thing, if you keep that 5 o'clock nose, in other words, your eyeballs glued either at your ball, my moon pie, we're not going to get into that, but I talked about my moon pie. You're keeping your body balanced. These eyeballs, they're like the balancing of the balance, if that makes any sense to you. So what do? Where do you spend your time? Well, you spend your time behind the ball looking at your shot, where you want your 12 and 6 to be. What kind of shape do you want? You want a big draw, a little draw, down the middle, straight, or even a fade? Yes, you can hit a fade with channel lock. It's not that hard. You just have to learn it, practice. Don't spend a lot of time over the ball. You know what you got? You're doing it the same way every time. Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, that's why I like hitting my balls in my yard. I don't like tearing the grass up, but I like seeing them fall where they may. Okay? One more. Every shot counts, folks. Don't, even in your practice times, count every shot as it means something. Don't just get out there and machine gun them, bow, bow, bow. Come on, man. Same thing every time. Push with the left, pull with the right, and watch that ball go. Well, hello there, buddy. All right, one more, and then I'll get you some down the line. Right there on my 1 and 7. Watch out, move. Okay. We got so many friends, these dogs. Push with the left, I pull with the right. I see the line I want to trace. I see the ball flight. It's not hard to do, folks. The more time you spend practicing, the more you will pick up. Now somebody said, where's the power come from? Well, the power comes from right there to there. Unhinging those hands. Of course, you got some build up. You got some build up with the upper body. But those hands is what's going to deliver that power. Yeah, baby. Every time. Okay. Before the sun goes down, let me get you some down the line.